وآخر من تالي من جوا البستان تعالي. عمر شوف البث شغال وصوتي واضح ولا لا؟ خاش خشيت بس دقيقة. بسم الله. وآخر من تالي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عمر بالله طفي النور.
Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and
عمر وين
monsters,
الصوت حق اللعبة؟
and the trick is not to end up as either.
وين قام أول قائمة
We are
طيب؟
all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be.
أيوة بس خلاص.
This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
الله لا لا، ايش ذا يا ولد؟ خذ له هملط عمر، خذ له هملط. اقدر اتخطى. طيب في شيء لازم اسويه؟ ايش خليني اسكب؟ املط يا ولد. ليه سكبت والله؟ الله يعله، اصبر خليني اطلع. يا ولد املط. يلا حي يا احمد. يا معليش على المنظر الصباحي اللي شفته ذا، دوب املط.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story.
والله اللعبة شكلها حلو، ما جربتها ولا جربت الجزء اللي قبلها.
In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster.
عمر اعطي سك الشاحن. وين؟
And monsters wear many faces.
ايه لقيته خلاص. حبيبي نشفت البطارية فاضية. يعطيك العافية. هذا كيف اشيله؟ خلاص شلته. ليه بشيل ذا بعد عمر؟ معلق. الله يعله. ما اقدر. ايوه لا خلاص كذا مزوم ما يطلع شيء. فضحنا. يبي لي ارفع صوت اللعبة. ما تسمع صوتي. بدل ما يساعدون. لا. ايوه خلك ضاغط على التو. ما يساعدون ذولي ولا ايش؟ سلام. والله هذه لو العبها بالليل خرشة يا ولد. اصلا انا ما اشوف الدرب. وين دربي؟ يركض. الله يعل سبده هو املط ذا ليه. انا جيت من هنا. اتوقع انا جيت من... يا اخي قاهرني لا املط. العن ابليس. العنم. يو يا قلبي. عمر. ايه. هذه بلا ارفع صوت الاخير. معليش على الصريخ اللي بيجي يا شباب. ايوه الحين اقدر اركض. شوف. يا اخي الله يعله. اذا ولا املط. ال... يا ولد وش اللعبة ذي؟ والله ذا الدرب. يلا تعالوا بسرعة. خذوا كلويه. اسلام. هسه بس ماكو مثل. ان شاء الله ان اللعبة هي كذا. هذول عندهم طقوس شكلهم. شوف بطنه بس. عباد الشجر ها. في طائفة زي كذا عباد الشجر. شكرا للجودة شكرا. قطعة. هذا لا كذا يا دمر. منظر مقزز. يلا مو نظام اللعبة بعد شوية حد ينقز لك بالشاشة. خياس والله. واحد خايف. دق لحالها طمأنينة.
Hey,
تحسسك نهاية
kiddo.
فيلم.
How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little
ترى
longer
تعبان
than I
لأن جبت
thought.
الترجمة.
I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers. I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she
Yeah,
gets
it's not.
that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
ترجمة هي مرتبة. فيلم
I'm
التحد مع
glad
الخط
you're
اللي
on
فوق.
this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up.
والله الجودة ممتازة مرة.
Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
ما لا يكون هو أدب اليوم.
You're the one who wanted to switch.
I think I hear someone.
I'm not one. Quit your belly aching, Thornton.
السالفة.
Over here. Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner,
نعم.
Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that,
ولد حنا فيه يا ولد.
Right here, Thornton.
على ما
My
يشتغل.
partner Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
ما وصلت بعيد لسه قدام. كيف الجودة بس؟
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
اللعبة اختيارات.
Not that we have anything
يعني
against
تتحكم في
city
الحوارات.
folk, cried Thornton.
هذا علامة
But
يصير
don't
فينا من
worry.
أول.
Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while
والله ما
ago.
أدري.
I want to see the body.
يا أخي
How
ما
do we
نبي
get there?
نتعلم. هو
Oh,
بالتعليم.
sure, that's real simple.
يلا مشان.
Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell him I'm here waiting. I'll show him around.
They got it, Thornton.
أخوي نسمع. أخوي فضيحة.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues
هذه ليه تروح
clearly.
بسرعة المهام. هذا وش يقول؟
The
والله.
Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
ايه ايه، مين عارف ايش يبي مني الحين؟ هذا الدب اللي قبل شوي. شقين بطنه. الصدر. ايوه عشان اربط الاحداث كفو. هذا مين؟ هذا شكله هو اللي اول كنت تمشي فيه. الدب الامر. تقريبا هذا اول واحد. خلاص الحين باقي شيء. لا.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene. Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a
ايه يرمي عليك كل
detective
شيء
than
ها.
I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you
ما اعرف
thinking of
العب موسيقى
retiring?
هو.
You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
بدع الملاعب يعني. والله جرافيكس حلو يوسف.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
كفو والله يمديه ينقل. الترجمة مكسرة. أنا جالس ألعب 2K. ايوه.
Fucking nature. Gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should
أمطرت.
have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
أنا كلفت عليه.
Try explaining it one more time.
How much clearer can I make it, Mulligan?
ايه وصلنا له.
Hey!
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved.
Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you.
أنا مكان.
So, FBI, huh?
أجل إيه؟
That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Let's just
إذا
see
بلش
this body,
جهازه ما
shall
يسكت.
we?
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. Now he didn't touch nothing.
يا ولد.
Procedures.
أنا نسيت إن هذا أملط.
Stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of
حسن ما
the
بين يا
previous
قدام
murders?
حسن. وش ذا
Step
قلبه؟
1. Examine the corpse. Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
ليه مو هنا طيب باليسار؟ كيف؟
Another
أيوه.
body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
أنت مشؤوم. طيب.
Incise stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed. The killer left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down.
شلون أحطها الحين؟ أيوه.
Nope.
شلون؟
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
هنا الضحايا. طيب هنا القاتل. والله لعبة يعني صراحة.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers?
بس يبالها يعني واحد يكون مخه مفتح شويتين. أصلا ما فهم.
Boot prints, indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
هذه طائف.
Did they plan for the murder to happen here?
شغلة تقعد تحقق وتربط وتضبط.
Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting.
باقي هنا. هذا ايش سلاح؟
Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over.
هذا
Was
وش؟
it for a camera?
اوه ستاند كاميرا. ايش السالفة؟ يوسف انت فيه؟ هذا اقدر اسحبهم؟ نحصل شيء هنا.
Wonder what's inside. I should take a look around for a way to open this thing. A creepy twig sculpture? I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
ايه اتوقع هذه هنا. يا اخي غريب، وين الصورة اللي انا اخذتها؟ الثلاثات دي شكل بشوفها كثير.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
حلم غزال بعد. ثلاجة اقدر افكها ولا في شيء في الثلاجة. معقدة للحين شويتين. الله يسعدك عمرها تحرق علي اللعبة تكفى. الا خش هنا. يا اخي الترجمة يا بنتي يمشي زي الناس. احمد انت فيه ولا طلعت؟ هو يقول لك ما من جريمة كان، هذا اللي تعلمته ممكن، يعني الا ما القاتل يسوي له شغلة زي كتب.
Anderson. Hey, let's get back to work over here, can we?
هذا الشيء من لمسة حلقة. هذه قصة واحد. هذه كانت القديمة.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
كم قطعة معي؟ ليه خلي، خلاص جبت قطعة بح. لا معي 3 قطع، بلقى شيء معي. الترجمة مكسرة. ما تنقز. طيب طيب. كني ضعت. عمل المحقق صعب، مو اي واحد يسوي. كذا انت ترجع دربك وانت ما تدري، تاخذ نفس ثاني. انا مشتغل كشاف فن. لا. ايوه. هنا ايش؟ يبي اروح هنا. لا لا.
They left a lot of garbage. Not the fastidious type.
هذا ما شاكس النوم حق. 3 مو الثلاثاء. اليوم الأربعاء عندي. قفل الباب عشان لا يدخل. جيتار. ها
Hey, Casey. What's the forest's favorite shape?
Please, Anderson. Just one case without the
A triangle.
I don't get it.
Yes, you do. This mug always cheers me up.
هذه ليه مشفرة؟ هذا السؤال.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
كيسي هذا مو اللي معانا؟
Doesn't look right.
وين؟ هم يهرجون عن البنت هذه. اندرسون مين؟ نسيت اسمه. زبدة كيسي، اتوقع ان الرجال اللي معاه. يا اخي في اشياء تلحس. طيب ما يخالف. الحين وش الأهداف؟ استكشف مسرح الجريمة، أعرف المزيد عن الضحية، أعرف المزيد عن القاتل. نبغى نرجع لخوينا، اتوقع خوينا عنده علم وقاعد. يلا مين.
I'm getting flashbacks. Remember Ohio?
Sure. The North Side slasher. But that case was completely different.
The trees, Anderson. He hid the bodies in the forest.
انا اللي كنت جالس ارجع درب. انا جيت. ايوه من هنا. متجر العام. هذا اخوي يقول جاء فلاش باك عن الماضي. وين؟ لو هو مكان هنا يا عمي بفتح الخريطة. ان شاء الله اقدر اروح كذا. لا انا وجهت بس هذا. ايوه الحين راح اتكلم مع ذاك. شو الشيء بك؟
Welcome back, Anderson.
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale.
Believe it.
Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
طقطق ذا. نروح نركب هذه. اكتب.
So you knew our victim.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked
هذا وضع
any
غريب.
cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got
زي
the
لك انا اللي
boot
محنك
quick
اللي يعرف.
after that.
طيب لا. بس أول شيء.
So what
Yeah,
happened to
Trento.
Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors.
تسلم.
Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here,
I bet there's more to that story.
but no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Anything clicking yet?
Not sure. Need to think about it.
والله اللعبة احسها معقد شويتين. تحقيقات ودنيا.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago. They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
والله يسعدك. حدسها يعني خارقة للطبيعة.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. A Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
بيع المايك، بيع الدفاية. ها يا مجنون ها. براء.
ايوه الواحد كذا الحين يقدر يلعب ومركز بعد. دفتر.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13
طيب.
years.
يلا يلا معلم. وين كان هذه ايش؟
Up from the lake that's not a lake.
اصبر عيد
It's
عيد
dark. He was there too.
عيد.
You are not allowed in the lake and until he says otherwise. Up from the lake that's
الأعلى من البحيرة ليست البحر.
it's dark.
يا ويلي يا للغاز، المشكلة أنا صفر الغاز. طيب
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake.
أنا قايل لكم هذا له دخل في الموضوع.
This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just
أنت
wait here.
خلك هنا بس. هذا له دخل يا شباب بطريقة أو بأخرى.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably
حدث لا يخطئ أبدا.
Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's
ما عليك
not
ما
that
عليك.
complicated.
وتشوف القيد وكلبش على يدك.
Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Mm-hmm. Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more.
حاطين
It's
الزحاف.
kind of creepy though.
خوف مو زحاف. ابحث المسار المحدود. هذا ايش؟
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
ذي طيب. ليش ما كذا ما يتبان؟ ايش؟
Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales?
عند العندليب.
They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense.
العندليب هو الضابط المكتوب.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Mm-hmm. Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
ايش السالفة؟
Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I should profile Nightingale about this page.
هذه سايكيك يا عيال.
We found a
استحضر.
page in the woods. A story about these events.
والعلم
It's
الله
Nightingale
عندها
who won
سايكيك.
this.
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
يعني تحط صورتي هنا. تحط صورتي هنا و
The victim was one
شوف شو
of
يصير.
their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page, the first page that they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here. What they were doing. Someone playing a game with them. Leading them on. an invitation. How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them, even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
والله فوضى اشياء كثير واجد. زين احد رجوله كذا غريب يا اخي.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
Anything else here? ايش؟
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
الحين برجع للدب وفتش زي الناس. إذا لقيت نبدأ اللعبة.
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body.
مشينا
Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Whoever wrote that page made sure it read like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative to do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
It's all about control.
You made it back.
Decide
ايه
what
رجعنا
happens
يلا
to
تعال.
who. Don't let it drag you in.
Too late. I'm already hooked. I need the next chapter.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town.
ايوه.
Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
خذ مفتاح خذ. فتح سيارة بدرية بيت.
Thanks.
العودة السريع أعد السيارة إلى الفلاح.
Let's get the car. Drive to Bright Falls and talk to these witnesses, the bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
بطل الباب يا ولد. ها؟ ما طلع شيء. العودة إلى الصوت السريع. العودة إلى الطريق السريع يا أخي وش الترجمة الخايسة ذي؟
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside.
الوكاد إني يصبر. حفظ يدوي. أرخف عمر أخوي يلعب تخزينتي. دقايق ملعوبة 51 دقيقة. لا يا ولد.
Pretty.
أبي أطلع. خلاص. شوف. بدك متابعة منين أبدأ؟ صراحة دوامات حنا. يدوب ألبس وأطلع.
Thanks.
الحين ما أخذت مفتاح؟ أيوه. طيب. طيب لحظة. نشوف. تحميل. نشوف أول شيء.
Thanks.
حلو. خلاص تخزيننا الأول إن شاء الله عمر ما يخش عليه. واضح إن اللعبة معقدة شوي. تحقيق وما تحقيق. لكن إن شاء الله إن أنا لها. ترى ألعب على مستوى صعب. بس يلا أشوفكم على خير. السلام عليكم.